In eastern Ukraine, near the village of Serebryanka, a fortified position held by Ukraine's 53rd Mechanized Brigade was reduced to rubble. Not by a massive airstrike, not by a hypersonic missile, but by an old weapon now reborn. The TOS-1A, also known as Solntsepyok. This isn't just a rocket launcher. It's a heavy thermobaric system that can clear trenches, collapse bunkers, and turn hardened positions into ash in seconds. And what's more alarming, Russia is now using this weapon more frequently, more deliberately, and more effectively than ever before. The TOS-1A is mounted on a T-72 tank chassis. It carries 24 thermobaric rockets, each one dispersing a fuel-air explosive cloud before ignition. When it detonates, it doesn't just blow things up. It superheats the air, creates a crushing pressure wave, and consumes the oxygen in enclosed spaces. The result? Even well-fortified troops in bunkers or trenches stand little chance. This isn't just about destruction. It's about eliminating the very air soldiers breathe. And right now, in Ukraine's trench-heavy battlefield, that makes the TOS-1A especially effective. In the latest strike near Serebryanka, TOS-1As were deployed against the Ukrainian 53rd Mechanized Brigade. Reports indicate that the attack came suddenly. There was no early warning, no interception, no time to respond. Afterward, footage showed collapsed structures, scorched positions, and clear signs of thermobaric impact. This wasn't an isolated event. Similar strikes have been reported in Avdiivka, Luhansk, and Bakhmut, all showing the same pattern. Russia targets static defenses, strikes fast, then pulls the launchers back before Ukrainian drones can react. There's a strategic reason for this. Ukrainian defenses still rely heavily on trench systems, dugouts, and semi-permanent strongpoints. TOS-1A was specifically designed to neutralize exactly that kind of battlefield layout. Since mid-2024, Russian military factories have also ramped up production. Analysts estimate output has increased by over 250%, meaning these systems are no longer rare assets, but regular tools in Russia's tactical playbook. And unlike most Western nations, Ukraine doesn't have a comparable weapon, nor does NATO. That gives Russia a unique battlefield advantage. Ukraine has destroyed some TOS-1A units. Drone footage confirms successful strikes using FPV kamikaze drones and HIMARS missiles. In some cases, Ukraine's 92nd Brigade and Special Forces units managed to neutralize the systems before they could fire again. But here's the issue. Most of those kills came after the launchers had completed their mission. In military terms, that's not a win. It's delayed revenge, not defense. Despite TOS-1A's short range, around 6 kilometers, Ukrainian forces have struggled to detect them in time. Their reliance on imported detection systems like Bayraktar drones or satellite feeds from NATO allies is proving insufficient for this kind of fast, ground-level threat. Let's be honest. Yes, Russia has lost around 30 TOS-1A units since the war began, but each one often completed its mission before being destroyed. Now compare that with what Ukraine's losing: entire platoons, logistics nodes, trenches, command points. The cost imbalance is clear. Russia loses hardware and replaces it. Ukraine loses soldiers and defensive ground. One thermobaric strike can set back an entire brigade's momentum, and that's a strategic problem. Ukraine has shown incredible resilience, but its battlefield doctrine still follows the same reactive pattern. Take a hit, then hit back. They wait for satellite intel. They wait for drones. They wait for Western gear. But while they're waiting, Russia's TOS-1As are already firing. Ukraine lacks decentralized radar systems. There are few jammers in place to prevent enemy launch coordination. And most frontline units still operate without real-time battlefield awareness. Russia, by contrast, is deploying the TOS-1A as part of a larger system, supported by drones, artillery, and air recon. They strike hard, fast, and with minimal risk. That tactical discipline is what Ukraine continues to struggle against. To counter TOS-1A effectively, Ukraine has to shift from a reactive model to a preventative one. That means building real-time detection systems on the front lines, not relying on satellite images alone. It means producing more localized radar, faster jamming tech, and short-range surveillance drones. And it means giving frontline commanders authority to act immediately, not hours later, after the damage is done. Ukraine can't wait for Western donations to solve every tactical gap. They need practical, fast deployable tools that reflect the realities of their battlefield. Until then, Russia's thermobaric strategy will continue to work, not because the weapon is invincible, but because Ukraine hasn't adapted fast enough. The TOS-1A isn't a new weapon, but in the right hands and with the right timing, it becomes more than just a launcher. It becomes a force multiplier. Russia knows that. They've made it part of their regular rotation on the front. Ukraine may destroy one launcher here, intercept another there. But that doesn't change the fact that their soldiers are still getting caught in the blast. The real question isn't how many TOS-1As Ukraine can destroy. It's how long they can afford to take losses before the next one fires again. This content is created solely for educational and informational purposes. It is intended to provide insights based on verified data, credible sources, and careful analysis. Our goal is to foster a deeper understanding of modern military technology and current events, not to promote or endorse any form of conflict, propaganda, or political agenda. We strictly oppose the spread of misinformation and hoaxes. Every piece of information presented has been carefully sourced from reliable, publicly available references. We encourage viewers to approach the topic with critical thinking and respect for all sides involved, maintaining a focus on knowledge sharing and open discussion.